year 2020. Little disclaimer, I'm actually recording this in the year 2019 at the very end. But you're watching it in 2020, that's all that matters. But yes, welcome to 2020, the year that you can change your life with one simple little step that I want to share with you today. Because let me tell you, my life has changed dramatically in the past 12 months. And it's all because this time last year, in January, I applied this one little step and one little tool to my life. It doesn't cost you anything, there's no fees, there's no membership, there are 0 affiliate links or products involved in this video. In fact, I guarantee you already have the tools that you'll need for this, or one tool in your house, I promise you. Before we go into that, I just want to explain how my life has changed over the past 12 months. So this time last year, January 2019, I was actually diagnosed with depression. I was extremely lonely and I felt like I was at the lowest point in my life. But fast forward 12 months and here I am recording this video for you in Bali, in my shared villa. I now live here and I work for myself. So, depressed, lonely, living a life I couldn't afford in London. Living in Bali, surrounded by amazing people, feeling really happy and about to launch my own business in 2020. How did I get from here to here? It all started and it all changed with just one little thing, and that is a jar. Doing a little ASMR tap in there. Yes, a jar. In 2019, I started a gratitude jar. Now, I know that so many people are probably thinking that a gratitude jar can't really be that life-changing, but oh my God, it can and it will change your life. I personally believe that gratitude is the most powerful tool that we have, and it's born within us and we still don't use it. We don't use it properly anyway. I'm sure we all say thank you, but I don't think we ever really mean it. And if you want to better your life, and if you want to change your life, then you need to be grateful for the life that you already have, no matter how bad it is. Look at it this way. Let's say you have 2 children in front of you, and you have some toys to give them. You have child A, who has all these amazing toys, but is screaming and having a tantrum because they want more toys. And then you have child B, who has all the same toys and is quite happily going to sit there and play with them. Who would you reward the toys to? That is how the universe works, okay? In order for you to want to get more things and to have a better life, you need to appreciate the life that you have, and that is the lesson that I learned in 2019. This time last year, I thought I had nothing. I felt so empty, and I felt like I had nothing. And I read online about how it's a good idea to do a gratitude jar. So you just get a jar and you fill it with notes with things that you're grateful for. I decided to do it because I was just so unhappy. And even then I thought, I don't know how I'm going to fill a jar with stuff to be grateful for because I have nothing. I was very ungrateful. So I dug deep and I just started writing some little notes about things that I was grateful for. I'll be honest, I wasn't entirely happy in my job, but I would make a point of coming home and writing things that I was grateful for in my job that had happened. So I'd start by putting a note in saying, I'm really grateful for my manager making me laugh today. Or I'm really grateful that we had a business lunch in work because it meant I didn't have to buy any lunch and got free food. Or I'm really grateful that my colleagues invited me to the pub because it meant I just got to go and have a few drinks and socialise for a few hours. Little things like that. And then over the next month or so, I started to see a bigger picture and obviously put in things that I really was grateful for. My family, my friends, being able to live in London actually, as expensive as it was a very fun city, being invited out to social things. And then over time, I really saw the bigger picture and realised actually how much I had to be grateful for. And I started writing things in my jar like, oh my God, I'm actually so grateful that I have a roof over my head. And I'm so grateful that I even had a doctor to diagnose me with depression in the first place. And I'm so grateful that I can walk into my kitchen and there is a sink with a tap on it that provides me access to clean water, which so many people in this world do not have. Once I started acknowledging these things and noticing them and acknowledging them and writing them down, Side note, there is definitely something powerful about putting pen to paper and writing them down. I feel like it intensifies and reinforces the gratitude. But once I started doing this, I could feel my moods shifting. I could feel happiness coming back. And as cheesy and dramatic as it sounds, I don't care. I felt like the colours were coming back in the world. I'd gone from everything being so grey and so down, and basically being so ungrateful in January, to by the March, April, feeling so much happier. And I started to become that almost like annoying happy person who could find a reason in any situation to be grateful. I became almost addicted to writing gratitude notes. And it's worth mentioning, you don't need to sit down at a certain point of the day and have it scheduled in your diary to write them down. If that works for you, fantastic. But I would just write them down on my phone as I noticed them, and then maybe find like at least one time in the week to go and sit and write them down. And that process was so powerful, and it would always lift my mood. So by summer 2019, I was already being rewarded highly by the universe for my gratitude. Not only did I feel more content in my life and feel more happy, but I had a pay rise in work. I began dating again, which is something 6 months earlier I could not have pictured myself doing because I was in such a bad place. And opportunities just started popping up left, right and centre. So many opportunities popped up that, well, here I am today living in Bali and working for myself. It's something that I could not have imagined I'd be doing a year ago. And it really, really did all start with me just having a gratitude jar. So this envelope here contains all my gratitude notes. The reason they're not in a jar is because when I was moving to Bali, I was so paranoid about going through security and custom with 2 jars, because I had 2, of scrumpled up pieces of paper. I didn't want to risk them being taken out or anyone going through them. So I moved everything into an envelope, and I've been here for 6 weeks now, nearly 6 weeks. And I've continued putting notes into the envelope, so I didn't stop when I came here. And yes, I had 2 jars full by the time I left the UK. Now the time has come for me to go through them, to reflect on them. I'm going to count how many there are, but I mean, I'd say I hope there's a couple of hundred in there, because I didn't write them every single day. As I said, I just wrote them as I went, but there's basically 365 days worth of gratitude in here, and I can't wait to go through it. This is going to be amazing. And I just wanted to advise people to do the same, because although I've worked on myself a lot this year, this was the first step. And I think that if I had to choose one thing over the past year that has changed my life, it's this. It's being grateful and it's gratitude. If you want to better your life and you want to get further on, start being grateful for what you've got. And so, you know, it's New Year's Day, or maybe you're watching this a few days later, or maybe you're watching this like halfway through 2020. It doesn't matter when. It doesn't need to be New Year. Just get yourself a jar. Make yourself a spag bowl tonight, or whatever you need to empty out, like a bolognese jar or a coffee jar or something. And just maybe start with today, writing down 3 things that you're grateful for. Pop them in your jar, and then try and find some time to do it again, either the next day or later in the week, or just start writing them on your phone. Just whatever works for you, but I guarantee you it will change your life.